everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I am back with another video, and this time we're going to be doing a full set of glow in the dark bling nails. So the first thing that we're doing is just pushing those cuticles back, and yes, you do have to push back the cuticles because it exposes the new growth and it minimizes lifting. After that, we're going to go in with a 180 sanding band, and that's just to remove the shine from the natural nail. So again, so far we've pushed the cuticles back, and now we're removing the shine from the natural nail, making sure that we get really close to that cuticle area because you know that's where a lot of your lifting will come from. So when you're doing this, just make sure that you're literally just filing to remove the shine. We're not filing to thin the nails out. We're literally just removing the shine from our natural nail. You guys know that our body produces just different oils, and a lot of those oils are on our nails. So if you were just to do the acrylic over the nails without removing the shine, they would lift like probably instantly because that oil is underneath the acrylic. So make sure that you remove the shine really good. Again, make sure you focus around that cuticle area and just file to remove the shine. We're not filing to thin down the nail. I cannot stress that enough, but that's really important because then that's how people's nails get paper thin and it's really painful. Once we're done removing the shine, we went ahead and just dusted the nails off, and now I'm going to be applying the nail tips. So for that, I'm going to be using my KDS glue. And remember, when you're applying nail tips, the most important thing is making sure that you apply the right size tip. If one tip is too small and the other one's too big, always go with the bigger one and just file it down on the sides before you glue it on. Don't wait until after you glue it on. Just file it off before, or file it down before, and then glue the nail tip on. And literally just file like just a tiny bit on the corner just to make it fit perfectly. If not, the nail is going to pop off or it could eventually crack. And then if you apply it one that's too small, it's gonna happen, or the same thing's gonna happen. It's just gonna crack because it wants to come back up because it's too small. So make sure that you keep that into consideration, and also make sure that when you apply the nail tip, it's like laying from sidewall to sidewall, meaning that it's the correct size. Making sure that the natural nail is not hanging on the side, because then that means of course that it's too small. And then also, as you guys know, your biggest number, which is a number 10 or 9, will be like your smallest nail tip, so that would be like your pinkies. And then your number 0 or 1 are going to be your thumbs, which is the biggest nail tip. So also just take that into consideration. And when you're doing nails and after doing them for a while, you're going to kind of know like what size goes on what nail. So like a lot of the time number 9 and 8 go on the pinky. Like number 5, 6 and 7 usually goes on like the ring finger, middle finger and index finger. And then usually a lot of the time like your number 3, 2 and 1 will be your thumbs, and then if they have really big thumbs, then the 0 will fit on there. But make sure that you apply the right size tips because you will get lifting or the nails will crack. But anyways, after we apply the nail tips, we're going to cut them down if they want to, or if they want to just leave them long, then of course you don't trim them down. And she do want the coffin shape, so you will see me come back in and trim the sides, and that's just to save time whenever we come to file or to shape the nails, because that's just nail tip that we do not have to file. We just clip it off. So now I'm just going in with my 100 nail file to shape the nails. So as you can see, I file the sides at a 45-degree angle and filing the free edge at a 90-degree angle to make sure that it's really straight. and just make sure that you alternate from side to side, making sure that your nail does not end up crooked, because if you file too much on one side, then your nail will obviously be leaning to the side and it's going to be crooked. And then also make sure that you blend the nail tip right in the middle, and that's literally just following like the small line of the nail tip, and that's just going to make the nail look a lot more natural once you apply the acrylic, because it's not going to have that really harsh small line. But again, this is a 100-100 nail file. We're just shaping the nails. For coffin nails, we file at a 45-degree angle on the sides, and then filing at exactly 90-degree angle to get that really straight free edge. And then as you can see, I file at a vertical angle when I'm filing the free edge, which is the very tip of the nail. So we're going to go ahead and finish all of the rest of the nails, and then we'll be back. Okay, so now I just dust the nails off, and now I'm going to go in with my primer. So I'm using my OPI Bondex. As you guys know, this is the one that I always use, and I have a lot of it, which is why I use OPI. And we're only applying this on the natural nail. You don't want to get it on the skin, because if they have any little cuts, it will burn them. And then for our acrylic, I'm using this glow-in-the-dark off-white color, and I'm gonna be doing that on all of the nails. So as you can see, I applied that first bead right in the middle of the nail where the natural nail and the tip meets. I'm applying the second bead above that one, brushing that down towards the tip. And the reason why I'm doing it this way is because I literally just want like a layer of it, because we're going to come back and encapsulate it. So I don't want to do like the 4-bar method with just this acrylic. So you could either do a 1-bar method, you could do a 2-bar method, just as long as you have a nice layer of that glow-in-the-dark powder, and then you can come back and encapsulate it. And then for my brush, I'm using my number 9 oval brush by Alpha Brush. As you guys know, I just love their brushes. They are so good. They are the perfect size for me, actually. And you know, I've tried different ones. I've tried a 8, a 9, a 10, a 12, one of the biggest ones as well, and I've literally been stuck to my number 1 because it's literally like the perfect size. It's not too big or too small, and it just works really good for me, and it allows me to have a really smooth application. But you also have to make sure that you're wiping your brush off a lot when you're working, and that's with any brush, and that's just to keep your brush clean, because acrylic does stick to acrylic. So if you just keep using your brush and not wiping it off, eventually all of that acrylic is going to build up in your brush. But anyways, as you can see here, we're just going back in and just encapsulating that glow-in-the-dark powder with our clear by Mia Secret. You all know that I buy my Mia Secret from eBay or Amazon, just depending on which website I find it on. And then also there's other websites such as there's a store in Dallas and they have a website, Glamorous Nail Supplies, I think that's what it's called, and they have a lot of the Mia Secret products. I'm even thinking about making a drive to Dallas one day to see what all I can find in the store, which I could obviously order it online, but I just kind of want to go out there. But anyways, we're going to be doing the same thing to all of the nails. So again, we're just doing a layer of the glow in the dark powder, and then we're coming back and just encapsulating that with the clear, and that's basically it. So again, you don't have to necessarily stick to the 4-bar method or whatever, just as long as you have a nice layer of that white, and then come back and do the clear over it. And yes, I did do a lot more beads of the white on that first nail, but sometimes I kind of have to just get not in the mood, but I have to kind of get the hang of it when I first do the first nail. And yes, this acrylic would be what people are calling the nut color. And basically it's just a mixture of my glow in the dark powder, which I've already made a video on how to make those. I'll be sure to leave that link in the description. But it's literally just a mixture of the glow in the dark powder, a mixture of white powder, and not white, but clear. So again, that's glow in the dark, white, and clear. You just mix it up and you create a glow in the dark nut color. And again, I always encapsulate all of my colored acrylics with the clear or either the pink Mia Secret powder, whatever you feel more comfortable with. But I really just do it because I don't want to have to use a lot of my colored acrylics, so I always come back and encapsulate them. So we're gonna go ahead and finish all of the other nails, but we're literally just doing the same thing over and over again. We're doing that layer of the glow in the dark powder, and then we're coming back and encapsulating. And again, I'm using my Mia Secret acrylic system, my alpha brush, and a number 9. I do have a promo code for them, so I'll be sure to leave that down in the description for anyone that is in the market for an acrylic brush, because they are definitely the best, and they're also pretty affordable compared to other big brands. Alrighty, so once we finish applying the acrylic, we're going to go in and just reshape the nails. I'm using my same 100-100 nail file. So we're literally just going in and reshaping. So same thing, 45-degree angle on the sides and then a 90-degree angle at the free edge. And that's going to give us that perfect coffin shape. Alrighty, so now we're going to go in with our e-file and we're going to be using a fine drill bit. And yes, I have been alternating between different fine drill bits. I've been using this one, I've been using my other ceramic one, I've been using my gold drill bit, silver one, and the reason why is because I was using the white ceramic one with the little green ring around it for a while and it works perfect for me, but I think I dropped it and I must have messed some of the little bristles on there, so now it's kind of rough when it files the nail. So I bought a new one, which was a gold drill bit, and it's like way too it is a fine drill bit, but it's really sharp. So I've cut myself before and I've cut some of my clients as well, so I stopped using that one for now until I can get comfortable with it again. And then I brought this one out, which is one of the Macquarie drill bits, and it also came with the other white one that I was using. This one, the only thing different with it I think is that the top of it is kind of rounded. It's not a safety drill bit, but it's kind of like an in between a regular drill bit and a safety one, so I felt like it wasn't getting like really, or not necessarily getting really close to the cuticle area, but I feel like it wasn't just sealing that cuticle area how I wanted it to. So that's why I switched over to my gold drill bit, and I just had to be really careful because again, this is the one that I feel like is super sharp. So I had to like slow my drill down a little bit and just making sure that I'm so careful when I go around that cuticle area. And then you'll also see me go back around the cuticle of the other nails that I've already filed, and again, that's only because I felt like I was not sealing the cuticle area really good with the other drill bit. So moral of the story is just find a drill bit that works for you, whether it's the ceramic ones, whether it's the carbide ones. Just find one that you feel comfortable with and just keep using that one. And then if that one is dull, then just get the same one. That way you don't have to go through what I'm going and having to just alternate between different ones to find what I'm comfortable with. I'm really just gonna have to go back and buy another one of the Macquarie ceramic ones, the fine drill bit, which is the one with the little green ring around it, and I don't even know if you guys know what I'm talking about it, but I've been using that one for a while now. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and finish filing all of the nails. As always, we start around the cuticle area, going back and forth, making sure that we seal that area really good, because if not, we will get lifting. So basically, when I say sealing, it just means that you want to make sure that there are no gaps in between the natural nail and the acrylic, because if there is, any little moisture will get trapped underneath the nail and it's going to cause the nail to lift. So make sure you seal that cuticle area really good, and also just making sure you go back and just follow the rest of the nail as you see me doing here, and that's just to make sure that the whole nail is nice and smooth. And of course, if you are a beginner and you're still having a hard time trying to get that smooth application, then you will have a little bit more filing to do. but it's just gonna take practice, and the only way to get your nail super smooth is by just filing really good, making sure that you look at the nail from the sides to make sure that you look at any little bump that might be in the nail so you can file it off. After we finish filing, we're going to go in with a buffer, and this is just to get rid of any of the scratches left on our nail from the e-file or the hand file. So we're just buffing really good. And then also, if you notice, I did record this video before I did my nails, so that's why I'm still using the black buffers, and then that's why my nails are still this color. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and finish buffing. After we're done buffing, we're gonna go ahead and dust the nails off, and you can either have your client go wash their hands or just wipe them off with an alcohol wipe, whatever works for you. Alrighty, so now we're gonna go in with all of our bling. So we're not gonna do polish, of course, because we have that off-white acrylic. So we're gonna be applying the bling, and I'm just using my hard gel. I'm using my wax pencil and my big pieces. I just do a little cluster with 3 big stones, and then sometimes you will have to cure them right away, because sometimes they will slide, as you've seen here. But I was just trying to get the chain on so they could all cure at the same time. And this little piece of chain is literally just like from an old necklace, but as you can see, I applied the hard gel, and then I place the chain right over it, and then I'm also going to go ahead and place some of those bigger pieces in there as well. And then we are going to have to cure this because it is the actual hard gel. Okay, so this piece was sliding off a little bit, so I need to go ahead and put them under the light. But I'm going to go ahead and just apply some of the smaller pieces on top of that same hard gel, just because I think I applied a little bit too much and I don't want it to go to waste. So I applied a few of my SS6 and SS12, and then I'm also just throwing in a little bit of caviar in there so we can have different types of golds in there. Alrighty, so now we're just going to put those under the light, and we're going to move on to the other hand. We're going to cure that for 30 to 60 seconds. Remember, all lights are different, so yours might require to cure for less or more time. But anyways, we applied the hard gel, and then same thing, we pick up the bigger pieces with our wax pencil, and then we just apply them on the nail, and we just make them fit perfectly. That way they're like in a little cluster right in the middle of the nail. And then we're also going to be applying the little piece of chain. So same thing, we literally just apply the hard gel wherever we want the chain, and then we just lay the chain over that hard gel, making sure that it kind of just sinks into that hard gel. Okay, so I'm going to put that one under the light, and then I'm coming back to my other one, and as you can see, that big stone on the left did slide a little bit to the side, so I took it off, and then I'm going to reapply some more of that hard gel and try to glue it back on there as close as I can to the other ones. And then there's still going to be a little bit of a gap right there, but I'm just going to fill that in with the smaller bling once this cures. And this is why you want to make sure that you go ahead and cure them as soon as you put them on there, because they will slide around. But anyways, now I'm going in with my Mia Secret Gel Resin. I'm applying some of my SS6 and SS12, and we're just doing like a little what is this called, like a wiggly line, I don't know, but it's just going like from the side of the nail to like the other side, and then I'm also applying some at the top. Okay, so for the pinkies, I'm going to be doing the caviar. So I'm doing a top coat, which is my IBD gel top coat. I'm going to apply just a few of my small SS6, and I'm just doing just a few scattered around the nail. And then I got my caviar, and with a cuticle pusher, I'm just picking it up, and then I'm just sprinkling them over the top of the nail. And then you will see me come back and just gently, like super gently, just pat the sides to make sure that the caviar is on there really good. And then we're going to have to cure that. But I'm going to go ahead and finish this one. So I'm just applying a few of my big pieces. And then I'm also going to go in and apply some SS6 and SS12. And for these, which are my flat back rhinestones, I do use the Mia Secret Gel Resin. I don't use the hard gel for these. I use the Mia Secret Gel Resin. And I'm just applying a few in the middle. And then I'm applying the smaller ones around it. Alrighty, so I'm going to go ahead and do the thumb, and this one is just going to be an ombre of bling. So I'm just doing some around that cuticle area, and then as they get closer down towards the tip, they're just going to be scattered around. And let me go ahead and mention something. I know, like, even on the Instagram picture that I posted of this set, people were being really negative, talking about how ugly they are. And just a little reminder that everyone likes different things. You might like short nails, someone else might like long nails, you might not like bling, they might love bling. So people just have to learn to stop being so negative. Like, if you don't like something, just literally keep scrolling. Like, don't waste your time sitting there like typing a whole story about how do they wipe their butt, because the last time I heard, I don't think people wipe their butt with their nails. I don't know about them, but I know I don't. But anyways, just make sure that, if you don't have something nice to say, like, literally just keep scrolling. I'm not just, a mean person with you guys, so I don't know why some people are so mean, but I try to do my best to kind of just satisfy everyone. But remember that everyone just have different tastes. Again, some of my girls like short nails, other like long nails. But just try not to be so negative. If you don't like something, just click off, stop, scroll through the next video, whatever. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and finish off the other hand. And remember, for the caviar nails, we do a base of top coat, and I use my IBD gel top coat for that, and it does have to be cured. And then for the rest of my bling, I'm just using the Mia Secret Gel Resin. I know a lot of you guys have been trying it out because I told you guys about it. So if you like it, let me know, or if you got it, let me know how you like it. Did it work for you, did it not? But I know it works really good for me. And then I also do the Mia Secret gel resin activator, which literally I feel like it helps the bling stay on a lot longer. And what that does is it just helps the glue dry, just because it is a gel resin, which means that it's going to be a little bit thicker than just regular nail glue, so you do have to spray the activator to help it dry. Okay, so now for this one, I'm literally going to do the same thing I did on the other nail. And as you can see, there's still that gap in between the bigger stones. But I'm just going to put some of the smaller ones right there in the middle. And hopefully it doesn't look too bad. But again, just make sure that when you apply little clusters with the big stones that you cure that like right away. Because if not, they will slide around and then you'll have a gap like me. Okay, so I'm going to let that one dry, and then this one I'm just going to go in and just gently reshape that nail, just because after you apply the caviar, the edges become pretty rough. So we literally just want to file away any of that caviar that's hanging off the nail. And then I'm also going to go ahead and apply my IBD gel top coat on all of the nails. And as you can see, for the caviar nail, I just do the top coat around the perimeter, and then I do a little bit over the top of all of the caviar, but I wipe it off, not all of it, but literally when I like rub my finger over the top, I just feel like that top coat kind of sinks in between the caviar, so you still get that caviar look, but it's just securing that caviar to make sure that it stays really good, if that makes sense. If you don't feel comfortable with that, then you don't have to do it, but I just feel like that's the key to being able to keep your caviar on for long. But again, this is my IBD gel top coat, and we're just applying that over all of the nails, and then we're going to cure this hand for 60 seconds, and we're going to do the same thing on the other hand. So same thing, you just reshape that caviar nail, being real gentle, and then we're going to go through and just apply the top coat on all of the nails. Alrighty, y'all, so here is the final look. They turned out so pretty. All of that bling is just so pretty. That shape is just flawless, and everything just went so well together. So here is a closer look, and then here's how they look like in the dark. As you can see, they're pretty bright. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Follow me on Facebook and Instagram at GetNail32, and I'll see you guys next time.